Most people don't realize your mind is a magnet. Every thought you allow to repeat, every emotion you dwell on, pulls a version of reality closer to you. If your mind is full of fear, you'll attract situations that confirm your fear. If your mind is full of gratitude, you'll attract moments that give you more to be grateful for. But here's the truth that most miss. You don't attract what you want. You attract what you are. Every thought you think leaves a fingerprint on your reality. That's why changing your life isn't about changing your environment. It's about changing your inner frequency. Think of your thoughts like radio signals. You can't listen to jazz on a rock station. You have to tune in to a new frequency. Your frequency is your focus. So if you want peace, tune into gratitude. If you want abundance, tune into generosity. If you want love, tune into self-respect. This isn't magic, it's alignment. Have you ever felt lost? Like no matter how hard you try, you're stuck in a loop. Same thoughts, same mistakes, same emptiness. You wake up, scroll through your phone, and see everyone else moving forward while you're still trying to figure out where to even begin. I get it, because I've been there too. Here's the truth that most people won't tell you. Feeling lost isn't a sign that you've failed. It's a sign that you've outgrown your old self. You're not broken. You're becoming. Every time you lose your sense of direction, life is trying to whisper something new. A message hidden beneath the noise. Maybe it's telling you, stop chasing what doesn't feel right. Stop pretending you're okay with less than you deserve. Stop living by someone else's map. The world doesn't need another perfect person. It needs you. Real, raw, becoming. So instead of asking, where am I going? Ask, who am I becoming? Because the moment you choose to listen to that inner voice, you stop being lost. You start transforming. Remember, alchemy isn't turning lead into gold. It's turning pain into wisdom and confusion into clarity. You are the alchemist of your own mind. Start today. Sometimes life doesn't whisper. It shatters. It breaks your plans, your confidence, even your sense of who you are. And in those moments, it's easy to believe the lie that you've lost everything. But listen closely. When life breaks you, it's not punishment. It's preparation. The cracks you see within yourself, they're not signs of weakness. They're openings, places where the light can finally reach you. You see, growth doesn't come from what's easy. It comes from what hurts. Every heartbreak, every failure, every silent night where you question your worth is life chiseling away the parts of you that no longer belong. Because one day you'll look back and realize the pain didn't destroy you. It rebuilt you. It taught you resilience. It gave you depth. It made you see. So if you feel broken right now, don't hide the cracks. Honor them, because that's where your transformation begins. Remember, you are not here to stay the same. You are here to become. You are the alchemist. Turn your pain into power, your scars into symbols, and your story into strength. This is your becoming. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to attract success, peace, and opportunity, while others are trapped in the same cycles year after year? It's not luck. It's not intelligence. It's alignment between thought, emotion, and action. You see, your mind is not just a mirror of the world. It's the blueprint that builds it. Most people live as reactors, responding to life. But those who truly master their mind become alchemists, creators of reality. There's a hidden law behind this transformation. What you consistently focus on expands. If you focus on scarcity, you'll see less and less. If you focus on gratitude, the universe gives you more to be grateful for. Because the mind doesn't ask what's true, it asks what's useful to believe. So ask yourself right now, what story are you repeating that no longer serves you? Every belief you hold is a spell you cast upon yourself. The words you whisper internally become the limits of your world. But when you change the inner language, you rewrite your destiny. That's the secret of the alchemist mind. Not magic, mental mastery, turning fear into focus, turning doubt into discipline, turning chaos into clarity. So today, choose your thoughts with intention, because the story you tell yourself becomes the life you live. If this message found you at the right time, it wasn't by accident. You were meant to hear it. Now, don't just think it, live it. Every person you pass is fighting a battle you'll never see. Some battles are against the world, But the greatest one, the one that defines your destiny, is fought within your own mind. The mind is both your greatest weapon and your most dangerous enemy. And the truth is, if you don't learn to master it, it will master you. You've felt it, haven't you? That silent war between who you are and who you could be, between the voice that says, I can, and the whisper that says, I'll fail. That's not weakness. That's the duality of consciousness. Your mind was never built to make you happy. It was built to keep you safe. And safety to the mind often means staying the same. But every time you listen to fear instead of potential, you trade a piece of your future for comfort. The question is, how long will you keep losing that trade? There are three laws that every mind alchemist must understand to win the inner battle. Every person you pass is fighting a battle you'll never see. Some battles are against the world, but the greatest one, the one that defines your destiny, is fought within your own mind. The mind is both your greatest weapon and your most dangerous enemy. And the truth is, if you don't learn to master it, it will master you. You've felt it, haven't you? That silent war between who you are and who you could be, between the voice that says, I can, and the whisper that says, I'll fail. That's not weakness. That's the duality of consciousness. Your mind was never built to make you happy. It was built to keep you safe. And safety to the mind often means staying the same. But every time you listen to fear instead of potential, you trade a piece of your future for comfort. The question is, how long will you keep losing that trade? There are three laws that every mind alchemist must understand to win the inner battle. 1. Awareness transforms. You can't change what you won't face. Every destructive pattern begins in the dark. Habits of thought you never question. Start noticing the stories you tell yourself, because awareness is the first spark that turns lead into gold. 2. Emotion is energy. Direct it. Emotion is not your enemy. It's fuel. Anger can burn or build. Fear can freeze or focus. The alchemist doesn't suppress emotion. They channel it. They learn to feel deeply, but act wisely. 3. Discipline is divine. Motivation fades. Discipline remains. Every time you choose discipline over doubt, you rewrite the script of your subconscious. That's how transformation happens. Not in moments of inspiration, but in the quiet consistency no one sees. Look around you. Most people are asleep, walking through their days reacting, complaining, surviving. But not you. If you're watching this, it's because something inside you has already awakened. You've heard the whisper of your higher self saying, there's more. You were made for more. So ask yourself, what would your life look like if you stopped letting your fears write your story? If you started acting like the main character of your destiny? The truth is, the mind will always test you. It will question your worth, challenge your dreams, and tempt you to return to your old patterns. But each time you choose awareness over autopilot, purpose over comfort, and action over anxiety, you forge the gold of a stronger self. That's what it means to be a mind alchemist. Not someone who escapes reality, but someone who transforms it from the inside out. So today, take a breath, stand tall, and remember this. If this message reached you at the right moment, it's because you were ready. Now take what you've learned and transmute it into action. Look around you. Most people are asleep, walking through their days reacting, complaining, surviving. But not you. If you're watching this, it's because something inside you has already awakened. You've heard the whisper of your higher self saying, there's more. You were made for more. So ask yourself, what would your life look like if you stopped letting your fears write your story? If you started acting like the main character of your destiny? The truth is, the mind will always test you. It will question your worth, challenge your dreams, and tempt you to return to your old patterns. But each time you choose awareness over autopilot, purpose over comfort, and action over anxiety, you forge the gold of a stronger self. That's what it means to be a mind alchemist. Not someone who escapes reality, but someone who transforms it from the inside out. So today, take a breath, stand tall, and remember this. In a world that glorifies noise, movement, and constant action, There's a hidden power that most people never discover, the power of stillness. We've been taught that success means doing more, chasing faster, achieving louder. But what if the most powerful thing you can do is stop and listen? Not to the world, but to yourself. Because sometimes your life isn't falling apart. It's just too loud for you to hear the answers. Every day your mind is bombarded with noise, opinions, expectations, algorithms, comparisons. And that noise becomes your inner voice. You start thinking in borrowed thoughts, living by borrowed beliefs, and chasing goals that were never yours to begin with. You confuse motion with meaning. You're constantly busy, yet strangely unfulfilled. But here's the truth most never realize. Your soul doesn't speak in chaos. It whispers in silence. There's an ancient principle I call the alchemy of stillness. It's simple, but it changes everything. When you stop reacting, you start creating. When you slow down enough to observe your thoughts, you realize most of them aren't even yours. They're echoes of your past, fears of your future, or fragments of people who once told you what you should be. But in stillness, you meet the one person who truly matters. You. It's in silence that you reconnect with your intuition. That quiet voice that says, "This is right. This isn't for me. This is the path." And here's the paradox. When you learn to be still, life starts moving faster. Opportunities appear. People align. Energy flows. Because now you're in sync with your natural rhythm, not the world's noise. Stillness isn't the absence of progress. It's the foundation of it. So pause, take a breath. Notice the space between your thoughts. That gap, that silence, is where your power lives. Every great transformation begins in quiet reflection. Every wise decision is born from inner peace. Every master of the mind learns to be still before they act. When the storm outside rages, become the calm within it. Because stillness doesn't mean inaction. It means intentional action, rooted in clarity, not chaos. So today, give yourself permission to pause. Put down the phone, step away from the noise, and listen to the quiet truth inside you. You'll be amazed at what it's been trying to tell you. Stillness is not a weakness, it's your greatest strength. Because when you master your inner world, the outer one begins to bend in your favor. You are the alchemist. The mind is your tool, and stillness is your gold. Most prisons don't have bars, they live inside your mind. Every day, millions of people wake up trapped, not by walls, but by beliefs they never chose. I'm not enough. I'll fail anyway. It's too late for me. These are invisible chains, and the longer you believe them, the more real they become. But what if I told you the door has been open all along? Since childhood, you've been told who you are, what you're good at, what's impossible, and so you built your identity out of other people's opinions. You became a character in someone else's story. You wear masks, not because you're fake, but because the world taught you it's safer that way. But deep down, you know something's missing. That whisper that says, "This isn't who I really am." That whisper? That's your truth trying to break free. The real prison isn't fear, it's unawareness. You can't escape what you don't see. Every belief you hold about success, love, failure, and worth acts like a lens, coloring everything you experience. If your lens says, "I'm not enough," you'll find evidence of that everywhere you look. But the moment you question it, you start melting the bars of your cage. Here's the truth. Your thoughts are not facts. They are habits, and habits can be rewired. The mind is an alchemist's tool, capable of turning pain into wisdom, fear into clarity, and doubt into fire. But first, you must dare to look inward, to face the thoughts that scare you, because freedom begins with awareness. Close your eyes, take a deep breath. Ask yourself, whose voice am I still obeying? If it's not your own, it's time to let it go. You are not the stories that hurt you. You are the awareness that sees them. When you realize that, the walls around you crumble. You stop chasing validation. You stop apologizing for existing. You stop shrinking to make others comfortable. That's when the real alchemy begins. When you stop reacting. and start creating. Freedom isn't found outside. It's built within, one conscious thought at a time. You were never meant to live in mental cages. You were born to build worlds, not walls. So if this message found you today, maybe it's time to unlock your mind, to rewrite the story, to remember who you really are. You are the alchemist, and your mind is your masterpiece. Comment down below what you would like to hear about next. Letting go, fear, self-worth, or finding purpose. Like and subscribe. Some weights can't be seen. They don't sit on your shoulders or on. They live inside your heart. They're the grudges you keep, the regrets you replay, and the expectations that never belong to you. Every day you carry invisible baggage and wonder why you feel so tired. You say you want peace, but peace doesn't live where pain is stored. It begins the moment you decide to let go. We hold on because we think we're protecting ourselves. We think if we remember the pain, we won't repeat the mistake. But in truth, holding on keeps the wound open. It turns memory into misery. You can't move forward while you're still chained to what hurt you. You can't rise while you're gripping what's trying to leave. And yet, we cling. Because letting go feels like losing control. But the truth is, letting go is control. It's choosing peace over punishment, presence over the past. Here's the paradox most never understand. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting. It means remembering without being ruled by it. The mind will replay what's unresolved again and again until you face it, feel it, and free it. So how do you release what's been holding you down? It begins with awareness. Ask yourself, what am I still carrying that no longer serves me? And listen, not with your head, but with your heart. Then forgive, not because they deserve it, but because you deserve peace. Forgiveness isn't weakness, it's wisdom. It's saying, I refuse to let pain own me any longer. When you release what's toxic, you make room for what's true. When you finally let go, something magical happens. The noise quiets, the mind softens, and for the first time in years, you can breathe. The world looks different, not because it changed, but because you did. Letting go is not the end of your story. It's the beginning of your. You are not your pain. You are not your past. You are the presence that transforms both. So if this message found you today, maybe it's time. Time to set down the weight. Time to choose peace. Time to come home to yourself. You are the alchemist. Your mind is your vessel, and freedom is your birthright. Would you like me to craft your next video script around a specific core theme, such as fear, purpose, self-worth, or forgiveness, to build your Mind Alchemist series into a cohesive brand narrative? Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. They say time is running out, that every second lost is a step closer to regret, that you're late for success, for love, for your life. But what if I told you time was never your enemy? What if the only thing running out is your awareness of how much you already have? You're not behind. You're just not awake yet. We live in a world addicted to urgency. Everyone's racing, but no one knows where they're going. You rush through your days chasing tomorrow while missing the miracle of now. You check your phone before your soul. You measure your worth in notifications and call it progress. But tell me, when was the last time you truly felt alive? Not distracted, not productive, just present. Because the truth is, you're not running out of time. You're running out of moments you actually live in. Time isn't chasing you. It's waiting for you to notice it. Right now, one in this exact moment, you're safe. You're breathing. You're enough. But your mind doesn't want stillness. It craves control. It says, when I get there, I'll be happy. But there is no there. There's only here. And the alchemy of life happens only in the present. You can't rewrite yesterday. You can't predict tomorrow. But you can create meaning right now by being awake in this breath. The secret to mastering time isn't control. It's connection. Connect with the moment in front of you and time slows down. Connect with gratitude and life expands. Every second you spend truly aware is a second multiplied in value. The people who seem timeless, they're not moving faster than you. They're just present. They've stopped chasing life and started living it. You don't heal by forgetting the past. You heal by loving yourself through it. So release what you can't control, forgive what you can't forget, and step into the freedom that's been waiting all along. You are not your pain. You are not your past. You are the presence that transforms both.
There's a voice inside you that never stops calling. You hear it in quiet moments, in the space between thoughts. That whisper that says, you were meant for more. But life gets loud. And the more you chase what the world tells you matters, the further you drift from what your soul came here to do. Purpose isn't something you find. It's something you remember. We live in an age of endless information, but very little meaning. Everyone's trying to look successful, but very few feel fulfilled. We confuse achievement with purpose. We collect trophies of validation, likes, titles, possessions. But inside, we're empty. Because purpose doesn't live in what you get. It lives in what you give. It's the thing that makes you lose track of time. The thing that sets your heart on fire, even when no one's watching. It's not about what looks good. It's about what feels true. Purpose isn't a destination. It's a direction, a vibration you align with. And it's revealed not through clarity, but through curiosity. The moment you follow what genuinely calls you, the universe starts rearranging itself to meet you halfway. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to say yes to the pull inside you. Because that pull, that quiet spark, is the map your soul designed before you were even born. But most people ignore it. They trade passion for comfort, potential for predictability. And then they wonder why every success feels strangely hollow. The world doesn't need more people who have made it. It needs more people who have awakened. Your purpose isn't something you chase. It's something you become. When you live in alignment with it, you don't have to force doors open. They open for you. You stop asking, what do I get from life? And start asking, what can I give to it? And that's when everything shifts. Because purpose is the bridge between your soul and the world. It's not in the noise, it's in the stillness. It's not out there, it's in here, waiting for you to listen and live it. You don't find purpose by running faster. You find it by standing still long enough to hear your heart whisper the truth. You were never lost, you were just distracted. So stop searching. Start remembering. The world doesn't need another copy. It needs your authentic frequency. Listen to the calling. It's been waiting for you all along. You are the alchemist. Your purpose is your fire. And the world is waiting to feel its warmth.
There's a moment in every life when the universe quietly clears its throat and asks you a question. Are you ready to stop repeating the same story? Most people hear it but pretend they don't. They stay in the loop, running the same patterns, thinking the same thoughts, feeling the same emotions, living the same year, over and over, and calling it a life. But then there are the few, the ones who decide the cycle ends with them. We like to think we're trapped by our circumstances. But the truth is quieter, stranger. We're trapped by our habits of thought, by the story we tell ourselves when no one is listening, by the things we repeat so often. They begin to feel like fate. The cage isn't around you. It's inside you. And the moment you understand that, everything starts to shake. Because cages built from thought can be shattered by thought. The cycle breaks the moment you do something your old self would never dare to do. Say no. Say yes. Walk away. Ask for help. Try again. Start small. Start messy. Start anyway. The universe doesn't respond to perfection. It responds to movement. Every new life begins with a single choice. That feels uncomfortable, uncertain, unfamiliar. That's the sign you're touching the edge of your old identity. Push a little further, and the person you used to be starts to crumble like dust in your hands. Breaking the cycle isn't dramatic. There's no soundtrack, no spotlight. Most of the time, it happens in quiet moments. You put down your phone instead of numbing out. You take the walk instead of overthinking. You tell the truth instead of pretending you're fine. You forgive yourself instead of carrying the weight again. And then one day, you wake up realizing you didn't just break a cycle. You broke a generation-old pattern. You broke a version of you that was built from fear. You freed the future from repeating the past. That's not healing. That's alchemy. So here's your moment. Here's the universe clearing its throat again. What cycle ends with you? Say it out loud. Write it. Claim it. Because the moment you choose to rewrite your story, your life begins to answer back. You are not stuck. You are simply standing at the border between who you've been and who you're becoming. You are the alchemist. Break the cycle. Rebuild the self. Rewrite the future. There's a moment in every life when the universe quietly clears its throat and asks you a question. Are you ready to stop repeating the same story? Most people hear it but pretend they don't. They stay in the loop, running the same patterns, thinking the same thoughts, feeling the same emotions, living the same year, over and over, and calling it a life. But then there are the few, the ones who decide the cycle ends with them. We like to think we're trapped by our circumstances, but the truth is quieter, stranger. We're trapped by our habits of thought, by the story we tell ourselves when no one is listening, by the things we repeat so often. They begin to feel like fate. The cage isn't around you. It's inside you. And the moment you understand that, everything starts to shake. Because cages built from thought can be shattered by thought.